In this video, I will be talking about unsolved mysteries. Let me start with the ghost ship called Mary Celeste. This ship is an American merchant brigantine which had an uneventful voyage since 1861 until that particular day. 4th December 1872, off the Azores Islands, the ship was discovered without a lifeboat and was sailing about by itself without anyone on board. It was found in an okay condition, considering it being an 11-year-old ship, and the last log entry written was 10 days before the discovery of the ghost ship. The cargo in the ship was found to be undisturbed, with the belongings of the captain and the crew still around. With the lifeboat gone, we would think that at least there would be survivors to tell the tale, but none of these men were ever seen or heard from again. Talking about ships, who doesn't know about the MH370? It is a Malaysian flight that was scheduled to fly from Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia to Beijing, China on the 8th of March 2014. There were 227 passengers and 12 crew members on the flight when the aircraft vanished without a trace. The last voice contact with air traffic control was at 1:19 a.m. Malaysian time over the South China Sea, approximately less than an hour from takeoff. The aircraft vanished from the air traffic controller's radar a few minutes after the last voice contact at 1:21 a.m. Malaysian time. But the Malaysian military radar continued to track the flight as it has deviated from the designated route. An hour later, at 2:22 a.m. Malaysian time, Flight 370 left the military radar northwest of Malaysia. The search and investigation was done with the help of neighboring countries, plus Australia, UK, US, China, and France, but to no avail. Until now, there are only speculations like, was it military? Was it technical malfunction? Or was it suicide? We would never really know exactly what happened. The next one gets people to believe that a dinosaur is still roaming the earth. It is the Loch Ness monster, a monster that lives in Loch Ness, a large and deep freshwater lake found in the Scottish Highland. This monster is also known as Nessie. It's similar to other supposed lake monsters, but this one is indeed the most famous one, with varying descriptions on how it looks like. The only common description is that the monster is incredibly large and has a longish neck. This one might just be a hoax, as most of the pictures taken were blurry zoomed-in versions or straight out just unreal. But there are a lot of sightings of this monster that makes one wonder. Is it real? If it is real, would it be captured and experimented on? Or would it remain a secret so that people can't capture and experiment on it? Until the creature itself gets washed up to the shore, it's just gonna remain a mystery. Now, because of Google Maps, we could see things that we normally don't see in remote areas, such as very huge lines or glyphs on the surface of the Earth. One of them is the Chinese Mosaic lines. You could see this on Google Maps by typing these coordinates: 40 degrees, 27 minutes, 28.56 seconds north, and 93 degrees, 23 minutes, 34.43 seconds east. You will see strange mosaic lines which is about a mile long and about 3,000 feet across in the Gobi Desert of China. There isn't much information on what these lines are, but speculations have been made. Some may say it has to do with aliens. Some say it's the remains of a lost civilization. But the most likely explanation is that it's used by the military for target practice range. Thus, until the ones who make the mosaic lines fess up, we would never know what these lines are really about. This next mystery is quite recent and quite sad. It is the Iguala Mass Kidnapping. 43 male students from the Raul Isidro Burgos Rural Teachers College of Ayotzinapa went missing on 26 September 2014 at Iguala, Guerrero, Mexico. It was reported that they were on several buses traveling to Iguala to hold a protest at a conference led by the mayor's wife. During the journey, they were intercepted and confronted by the police. There was a shootout and the bus was chased. Some kids who managed to escape and some witnesses of the event gave an account of what happened, and they say that after the shootout ended, students were rounded up and forced into police vehicles. What happened after that is still a mystery, as the whereabouts and well-being of the 43 students are still unknown. Rather, one of the students who tried to escape from the shootout has been found with his eyes gouged out and the skin of his face flayed to a bare skull. So, what really happened to the students? Are they still alive or are they dead? And another question is, who was behind their disappearance? These are the mysteries that we hope to get answers to in the near future. Finally, this one is just like the Chinese mosaic lines which can be seen using Google Maps, the Atacama Geoglyphs. There are nearly 5,000 geoglyphs found in the Atacama Desert. These are some of the famous ones. The geoglyphs at Tiliviche, geoglyph of Chiza, and the Atacama Giant. Why were they built? No one knows yet, and we might never will. It could be because of cultic worship of mountains or for the Andean deities. Could even be just a giant road sign for people who uses the path in the desert. Could mean something like what type of food could be found there, which direction to go next, and what things they need to be wary of. But like all these mysteries we find, unless there's the cold hard evidence, all we could do is speculate.